Okay, so for those of you who have been brave enough to experiment with amaranth this year, as you can see, I've cut some of the heads off and I've stuck them into a paper bag and I leave them there for a few days just to dry out a little bit. Then what I did is I collected them all in bowls. I put my hand in the bag and I rub all the grains off, and a lot of husk comes with that. This is mostly husk now. I didn't know if my sieve was going to be big enough to do the grains, so I stabbed the holes a bit bigger with a large wooden skewer stick, kebab stick, not, a long one, it's not too thick. So I've made some of the holes a bit bigger in my sieve, and I've just been stirring round and round and round with my wooden spoon. It's absolutely brilliant. And a lot of that is just husk now, quite a lot of husk. And this is the grain. This is some of it. I've got a lot more than this. It's been a really good crop. I then take it outside and I sort of go like this, and you can see the bits of husk. They'll just blow. If I blow into it, they'll just blow off. And then what I'm doing is I am putting them into a sandwich bag. And apparently it's best to store amaranth grain in the fridge, keeping it dry, of course. So it took me a couple of days and a few YouTube videos to find out what I was going to do. You can't be too precious about the grain. You are going to lose, some grain as it spills over the side and blows away and whatever. So even doing that, I'm getting some grains coming out. I don't know if you can see them, yeah. So, and the husks are a little bit bigger than I thought they were, so they look like grain, but actually they're empty, and they can just blow away, and when you blow them away, they blow all over you. It's lovely. Okay, anyway, I hope that helps. So all the husk left over from the sieving, that's not all of it, I've blown quite a lot off, was left in this bowl. I emptied it into this bowl, and I've just gone out, so I've taken all that off by shaking the bowl and getting all the grain at the bottom. I then went outside and blew the rest of the husk off, and I've got the rest of the grain that I didn't get through a sieve. So, yeah, that looks like grain, but it really isn't, it's husk. Bye now. Okay, so about 2/3 of my not very large crop, I have managed to get 321 grams of grain, and it does feel quite heavy, so I'm really pleased with that. It's definitely worth it. Definitely going to grow more next year. I'm hoping it's self-seeded. I've left some to self-seed. My next adventure will be how to harvest the quinoa. So this is what's left of my larger grass heads, and I'm using the larger leaves to mulch the earth, and I'm eating the smaller ones, which taste like spinach and apparently are more nutritious than kale. So also I just wanted to add that before storing the grain, I have been drying it out in the bowl in the kitchen. Before sieving it, I left it in the bowls for a while and in a flat container, and spread it out a bit and just let it dry out.